Before we start today's episode, we want to just take a moment to pay our respects to former Blue Eddie McCready, who sadly passed away this week at the age of 85. Eddie wasn't just someone who wore the shirt, he was part of the iconic history of this football club. Someone who gave their all for the badge, shared moments with the fans and of course played a key role in Chelsea's story. He was part of the famous 1970 FA Cup winning team that beat Leeds United 2-1 in the cup final replay. He was the fifth Chelsea player to pass the 400 game mark for the club and represented Scotland 23 times between 1965 and 1969. At the time, the most caps earned by anyone whilst a Chelsea player. News like this obviously always hits hard, especially for supporters who grew up watching him or remember those moments that he gave us in the Chelsea shirt. Football often moves quite quickly, but people like Eddie leave a mark that lasts far beyond the final whistle. Our thoughts are with his family, friends and everyone who knew and loved him at this time.
Hello listeners, this is Lee Price.
This is Will Ford from Football 365.
And you're listening smartly to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast, although I would describe it as the Chelsea FC podcast.
Magical from Eden Hazard! Kai Havertz in the Champions League final! Ivanovic! Yes. In the middle, it's just behind him, but it's tapped in by Hakim Ziyech. Matic with the ball driver! Matic takes the net off! Hat-trick hero! Cole Palmer wins an epic, sensational game!
It's time for another episode of At the Bridge Pod, your number one Chelsea FC podcast. Coming up on this episode...
Well, it could have been worse. Oh, welcome back everyone to another episode of At the Bridge Pod. I'm your host Mike and I'm joined in a virtual room filled with one lion because Ollie's busy and Berth's got his birthday today, so he's decided, fuck the pod, it's my birthday. No, we wish him well. We wish him a very happy birthday. We do have Chris on the Friday show on a Thursday. Chris, what are you looking forward to this weekend? We're edging towards it. We are. Listeners really need to know.
I can't believe that joke carried that much weight, to be honest.
I can't believe the episode didn't get taken down in multiple countries.
Yeah, that is true. Weekend, quite a quiet weekend actually. Just got the one game Saturday, if it doesn't get rained off, obviously. Yeah, just that Saturday, and then probably won't do much then the rest of the weekend. Take the opportunity to rest up.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, look, I'll just be glad to just chill tomorrow evening with my girlfriend playing new Animal Crossing update on Switch. So it's just been one of those weeks. I've got the Niners Seahawks game this weekend, which I can't watch because it's going to be at 1 a.m. and I just know. So that'd be an interesting wake up on Sunday. I'm either going to be very happy instantly or very miserable. It's like, yes, Sunday. Oh, fucking hell. I've got games of the weekend though. Games of the weekend. I have Saturday, 12:30 p.m. It's the Manchester derby, red versus blue, Carrick versus Guardiola, United and City. Huge rivalry, bragging rights, momentum, narrative. It's just going to be maybe even a fight. I love a derby and I love a fight. See what happens. I'll tune in. It might be good, might be shit. Half two though. Yeah, well, funny you say that. Half two. I've got a Bundesliga barn burner because we're going to Germany, a country that's rarely disappointed when I picked them as a game of the weekend. So Goalfest, Hoffenheim host Leverkusen in a proper 6-pointer. It's 5th versus 6th. They're separated by just a point and both sides are allergic to clean sheets. They either score plenty or concede plenty. So this should be great fun. Naturally, it's got 0-0 written on it. If it is, Don't blame me. Sunday, this won't be 0-0 because someone has to win it. It's the AFCON final at 7 o'clock. Hosts Morocco take on Senegal obviously in the Africa Cup of Nations final. Morocco are chasing their first AFCON title since 1976, while Senegal arrivals, well, they've more recently championed, aren't they, since 2021. So that will be, I'm very interested to just see how that works. I'm really curious. Can Senegal and Nicholas Jackson get it over the line? I'm edging towards Morocco because of the fact that, did you see the Bono save in the penalty shootout?
No.
It's the weirdest penalty, and he just saves it really weird because he sort of saves it with his right arm when he's already sort of walked to the left side of the goal. It's really weird. It's worth checking out. It's a weird one, but it's worth checking out.
What time's that on?
7 p.m. So it's not too late.
I might give that a go.
Respectable time. Shevva shoutouts. Let's have a look. We got Alex. Oh, as far as I know, Paul Green handles women's teams transfers. He was there when the team built into a dynasty with Hayes. Yeah, that's spot on.
That is right.
He deserves a statue at Kings Meadow. I mean, if he gets one before Emma Hayes, but no, genuinely, they just worked so well. You do find it's almost, you know what? Yes, it is. It's as equal as when you had David Gillan, Sir Alex Ferguson, Emma Hayes, Paul Green. They worked flawlessly well. Same hymn sheet and everything. And would you have had one without the other? I think they just worked so well.
Do you think, interestingly here, do you think Clear Lake have any say in the women's team at all? Because
absolutely not.
No, because it's so weird though, isn't it? Like, it's the same club, but they are run like two completely different institutions.
Yeah, that's why I'm pretty sure Clear Lake have gone. Paul, do you want to run this? Yes. Are you sure you don't want any interference from it? No, it's absolutely. I've got all of this.
I can do it by myself. Don't you worry.
Just go onto my emails and block all the emails from Egg Party.
Yeah.
Oh, Jay Stone. Oh, you know where we're going with this one. He says today's episode was brought to you by the word edging. It's not what you think, but yes, it is. And Mike, I've included Mike edging while listening to this already defining episode. And just wanting to agree, it's far better to have a team go out and play with intent on offense instead of just holding the ball for the hell of it. Hope this is the start of things to come. Well, yeah, I can't argue. I mean, possession with purpose is nice. I'm not going to whinge. So, yeah, thank you for your reviews, thoughts, and everything else. If you, of course, want yours read out on the show, just head over to Spotify, drop a comment on this episode, and, we may give it a shout out on the next episode. A quick shout out to our partners Head in the Game, who have some brilliant upcoming sessions starting in January of the new year 2026. They are running multiple completely free programs focused on combining physical activity with mental well-being, all in that supportive, no pressure environment that you know and trust. First up, it's their 12-week men's mental fitness football program. It's a mixed ability space where the scoreline doesn't matter, but the conversation does. It's open to men aged 18 or over, completely free, and a great way to build a healthy routine for the new year. That's starting on Monday, the 19th of January, 2026. It's at 8 p.m. at Hurstmere School, 3G in Sidcup. And they're also running free flexible football with mental health support at Lee Academy 3G in Erith. Whether you want to just talk or just play, you'll find a very welcoming group of lads and a very, very great atmosphere. That beginning on Thursday, the 15th of January, 2026. And it's at 7:30, so no pressure, there's no cost, just football and support every week. What more could you ask for? And finally, for anyone aged 50 or over, maybe your dad, your granddad, your nan, your mum, Head in the Game are launching a fantastic new Yoga for Living Well program. These sessions are gentle, social, and designed to help you get active, meet new people, and just boost your well-being. They run every Thursday at 11:15 a.m, starting the 15th of January at the Bradbury Centre on Reculver Road in Herne Bay. So, for full details and to get involved, head over to headinthegame.co.uk. With that, let's hit some news. Not the quickest trip this time. It's a very short hop in the elevator of Chelsea news. Chelsea have now completed an agreement with Ibrahim Rabaj on his first professional contract. Chelsea are ready to make a move for a new defender in the remaining weeks of the January transfer window. Facundo Buonanotte and Brighton have terminated his loan deal and he has now joined Leeds on loan till the end of the season. And finally, Chelsea took the drastic option of inserting the club's head of medical onto the bench after former manager Enzo Maresca repeatedly refused to substitute players returning from injury. I mean, we pretty much don't care about Buonanotte, do we?
We do not care.
No, I do.
No,
I'll be honest. I brought that up when we signed him.
He could be a really good quiz question.
Why is a club like Chelsea loaning a Brighton player? It's probably one of the most bizarre transfers in the history of football.
I think when we do the next quiz episode, I might include a question about the games that he played because it's going to be like, which ones? I don't know. I really do not know. I've watched him play. I know that he played against Wolves. That's about it.
And to be fair, he's okay. But
we're better than okay.
yeah, like I just don't understand how a club like Chelsea is loaning a player from Brighton.
Yes, it's almost like
It
we
made
had
no
a
sense.
special relationship with this other club and tried to do them a favour, and they might do us a turn in favour. Who knows? I think the head of medical thing was interesting, and
Hated that.
apparently it was to keep Maresca in check with the hierarchy, even sending him a formal letter during a wider
Fucking
internal
hell.
power struggle. Wow, a formal letter. Look, that's clearly the reason we must feel that's behind the Maresca departure. Now, look, for me, I'll be clear before someone shoots me down. I do understand and support the management of player minutes. I totally get that, especially at Chelsea. I mean, our recent injury history is hilariously poor. Protecting players is very sensible. It's also necessary, especially after like what we've seen. We can't be too negligent with this cautious approach. It's good. However, that's why this situation frustrates me, because not because minutes are being managed. That makes total sense. It's just how it was all handled. I mean, this issue wasn't player protection. It's transparency. I mean, Maresca, whether you like him, loathe him, whatever, he was being asked to carry out decisions that weren't fully his. Now it makes his comments in the press conferences makes more sense now. And he's been left to front them publicly without any explanation. And of course, fans booed him after he subbed Palmer off in a game. And that appeared to be obviously the tipping point. I don't blame him for walking over that, because the club wanted control, but also wanted him to absorb that criticism. That's an impossible position. And again, before someone goes, but no, the principle is right. Managing the minutes of players like Reece, that Lavia, etc. I totally agree. But in hindsight, it's clear that those weren't just purely footballing; they were medical and strategic. But Chelsea should have owned that publicly. We love a brief. This club is more than happy to brief selectively. And in this case, they didn't. And a simple statement just explaining their subs and the minutes were being guided by medical data, that would have made sense. And it would have protected the manager. It would have at least let us know as fans, and it would diffuse that growing sense of hostility. Because look, when the chance of you don't know what you're doing started, that's the moment Maresca's checked out. Not because he didn't believe in the club or the process, but because he was just undermined. And I'm being really honest here. If someone does that to me, if I'm the manager and someone tells me I've got to do A, B, C, and D, you can't say anything, and I do it, and then the fans get on my back, I would sit there and go, fuck this, I can't be asked. Nah, fuck it, I can't be asked. Protecting players is absolutely correct. I'm 100% on it. It's just the secrecy, the cloak and dagger approach. What a mess. What an absolute... If it's true that Luis Enrique turned down our club because of what he saw with the board, it's almost like he could have envisioned this happening. I think the club's failure to be open just made this situation with Maresca so much worse than it ever needed to be.
I disagree with all of it.
Okay, interesting.
I'm completely with Maresca on this. I think the medical department, your job is to manage players' injuries. Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
And give me that information. What I then do with that information is up to me. Because I'm in charge and I'm picking the team. And if you're telling me a player's 80% fit, he's fit to play then. Because I think this whole ridiculous mollycoddling thing we've gone down with our players of, we need to manage their minutes, otherwise they'll be injured all the time. We have the most injuries in the league. And we have the most injuries in the league because you keep telling our players you're injured. They're not injured. You've got a niggle. Have an injection and fucking get on with it. Jesus Christ. Honestly. Because look at it, right? How many changes do Arsenal make every week? How many times do they rotate? Very rarely. They don't have loads of injuries. How many times do Man City rotate? Very rarely. Haaland doesn't get rested. Hasn't been injured. Look, Liverpool are the perfect example of this. Liverpool, for basically Klopp's entire reign, and then the first year under Arne Slot, how often does Salah get rested? Doesn't. How often has he been injured? Never. How often does Van Dijk get rested? Doesn't. Never injured. Because what happens is, and the reason why this managing minutes with our players doesn't work is because they'll have a slight injury. You'll give them 2 weeks off. They come back and you go, right, they can only play 45 minutes today. So you play them for 45 minutes. So they play a game, but they don't really get back into the rhythm of playing. And then you play them another 45 and then you play them 60 and everyone's like, oh, we're building up their fitness. Then they'll have a little setback, which you would expect when you're coming back from an injury. You're not quite feeling 100%, and it'll be, he's injured. You're going to have to rest him again. You're going to have to rest him. You can't play 2 games a week, mate. They never get into a rhythm of playing football. So every time they step on the pitch, it's like they're recovering from a 6-month injury. They're not. It's something minor. But everyone who has ever played football knows you never ever feel better than when you just play game after game after game after game after game. And your body gets used to it and those niggles start to go away, or you learn to ignore them and you just play and play and play. And it doesn't always. We are absolutely petrified of one of our players getting something that will end their career, that we just won't play them. Well, don't have them then.
Do you wonder if it's...
Don't play them.
Do you think it's to preserve sell-on value?
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. But what they don't understand is that if you keep telling the world that this player's injured, no one's going to buy him. You look at Cole Palmer now. So Cole Palmer in the summer, easily a £200 million player. That's fair, isn't it?
Wow. No, I'm not knocking it. I'm just going, wow.
In today's market, 150 to 200 million pounds. That's the price range you would have been looking at. And now this season, injured, comes back, gets injured, comes back, gets injured. Now we've announced to the world that he has, in their words, a chronic groin problem. Are you buying him now?
Good
you
point.
paying 200 million for him now? No. You're going to say, well, good player, but his injury record ain't great. I'll give you 100 million. Well, we want 200. Yeah, but you've told us for the last year that he keeps getting injured. Oh, yeah, that is true, actually. I didn't think about that. Stop telling footballers they're injured all the time, because they're not injured. They've got a niggle. Fucking get on with it. Unless you can't walk, get on with it.
Listeners, let us know in the comments what you think of the Maresca medical drama, as we're gonna bill it. With that, we're gonna head to winners and losers as we took on Arsenal in the energy drink that you've never had.
Corner. Garnacho with a hit. He's done it again. A second lifeline offered to Chelsea by the substitute. Liam Rosenior threw on in this second half.
Oh, Chelsea 2. Arsenal 3. Nearly. Who have you got? How many have you got?
Hold on, just counting.
I know, I've got to count mine.
I've got 3 and 6.
I've got fucking hell. I've got 3 and 4. I can't go 4.5. I'll say I've also got a windscreen wiper award, which was the So yes, 3 and 6. Bloody hell. You know what? I'm going to let you go with the first winner because I know we've got him on our list. Go on.
Garnacho.
Oh, come on, clip it. Yeah, I mean, he scored the same goal twice. Both times it felt like Arsenal were just drifting out of reach as well. And then both times I was staring at my remote thinking, do I just turn this off and go to bed? And then both times Garnacho, he got me back in, didn't he? He was like, I'm going to keep you watching. Oh, he is
good finishes as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've said it before. He might be one of the most universally disliked players in the country, but my word, he's our little bastard, isn't he? I mean, 2 massive goals. They do keep us alive in this tie.
Yeah.
And yeah. Credit where it's due as well. I mean, fair play to Liam Rosenior. I mean, he rolled the dice. He brought him on. He changed the game. He did, because he got 2 goals. And, you know, he also gave us an attacking threat. And you know what? I've got to say it. I even saw him track back. I couldn't believe what I saw. Garnacho, he was in our penalty box. It's Garnacho. What's he doing?
I think his I liked his celebration. That it was filled with a passion and and a hunger and a desire, and you could see that it really meant something to him
Mm.
rather than his normal arrogant celebration, sitting on the advertising hoarding, acting like he's just scored in a World Cup final when it's like, mate, you've scored past Wolves or whatever. And it's like, calm down. Um, it was a real like emotional celebration, and you could see in that moment that he does care and he does want to succeed and he wants to be successful. Still a
Mm.
balance, but
You know what? I've got to give him credit because he could have easily done, and he has done when we've been losing, gone and done the advertising hoardings
yeah,
celebration, and he didn't. And
no,
that's interesting because that shows a little bit of maturity because I don't think anyone's mentioned that. He could have easily gone to the board, Pedro Neto, and just gone, look at me.
yeah,
He didn't. He was like, get the ball. Well, he didn't get the
yeah.
ball. He was like, let's go back in. Let's go again. I liked it. And I think,
So did
you
I.
know, I think a lot of fans are overly harsh on him. I saw plenty on social media mocking when we brought him on and like as if he was some kind of Hail Mary pass. I mean, yes, he does have his negatives. He has plenty of them, I know, but one huge positive is that his default setting is attack. He doesn't, he's just, I'm going to attack the ball. I'm going to attack the ball. I'm going to attack the goal. And we need a bit more of that mentality. He's got two big goals, two big moments, and he walks away from this one with his head held high. And I can't wait to see his next performance. I hope it's just
Yeah.
as good.
It's one of them things as well though, where it's like it's a massive could be a big turning point for him.
Hmm.
Because he's came on and single-handedly really kept us in a tie that we was out of
Hmm.
before he came on. But at the same time, I've now since seen like, oh, I think he's nailed down the starting spot now. Again, let's just calm down because we've seen him when he started and he's been utterly awful.
Hmm.
So it's like you have to balance it out between this was a really good performance off the bench,
Hmm.
but maybe that's where he's best used for a while.
Possibly, possibly. Who was your second winner?
Estevao,
I have him as well. Yeah.
absolutely unbelievable. Honestly, this kid is an absolute star. Now, I think this was his best performance for us
Hmm.
because he was up against what I think has been one of the best fullbacks in the league this year in Timber,
Hmm.
and he couldn't get anywhere near him. He literally didn't lay a glove on him. He was running him ragged. I've seen some people on socials slagging Estevao off for being too selfish because he wants to shoot all the time. Good, let him. But what the fuck? Why are we absolutely obsessed with our attackers passing the ball?
Hmm.
If he can run down the line, he can cut inside and get a shot off. Fucking do it then.
Yeah.
Fucking well, oh no, I'd rather him lay it off to João Pedro. Yeah, fucking brilliant. Don't bother, mate. Have the shot yourself. You know what I mean? Just if we've got a prime Drogba or Diego Costa up front, you'd probably be saying you probably should be looking to put it on a plate a little bit more. We haven't,
Hmm.
so
No.
I'd rather him be taking the shots. But do you know what this was as well from him?
Hmm.
I think a really, really mature performance
Hmm.
from someone of his age. When, especially in the first half, when the game was not going well, we was not playing well. When we got the ball to him, he thought, give me the ball and I'll do something for us. And he took that responsibility on. And you've seen a little bit of this. Was Palmeiras when he was at? I'm
Yes.
not confused. Yeah.
Yes, he was.
You see, I seen this a little bit when you heard people from Palmeiras talking about him, that he plays with a maturity beyond his years, and he did
Hmm.
for them. And they said like he was very much a leader for them in terms of if the team needed someone to step up to win them a game, he'd be the one who would do it. And to do that at his age is incredible, to take on that responsibility. It's very, again, it's very Eden Hazard-esque in terms of when the team's not playing well, he's a player who just tells everyone else, just give me the ball and I'll do it for us.
Yeah, for me, he has to play every game. Start him every single time. Look, unless he's injured or ill, which you never know actually, because we've got apparently flu going through Cobham at the moment, which isn't good. there's just no debate to be had. He's such a level above. His age is mad when you think about what we see. I mean, he's just another level above that, and he terrifies defenses, and he just plays like someone who already knows he belongs at the top. And if we don't get I'm going hot take. If we don't get our house in order quickly, Real Madrid will be knocking, because this kid has world best written all over him within the next couple of seasons. He's so special.
Yeah,
Such
but I doubt it's going to be one of them players where if we're not winning stuff or we're not consistently in the Champions League, you've got no chance of holding on to him, because the issue's going to be as soon as Vinny Jr. leaves Real Madrid, which, let's face it, is going to happen sooner or later, because he keeps falling out with every manager that they have, which doesn't help. As soon as he leaves, they're going to be looking for a replacement, and the spotlight is only going to shine on one lad, and it's going to be Estevao.
That's true. You know what? I'll go for my third winner because it's just a quick one. It was Reece James, weirdly, because I felt my biggest takeaway from the game was Reece James probably isn't just the best right back in the world. He's one of the best players, full stop. Not just because of his footballing ability. It's the difference this team has with him versus without him. It's that leadership, that organisation, and oddly, the calm. It's like Thiago Silva. When he's on the pitch, everything makes more sense. When he's not, we're driving a Ferrari without that premium fuel. It'll move. My word, it will sound awful. You could see in the first opening 15 minutes, we were disorganized. There was nothing. And again, who was the voice leading? There was no leading voice to go, hang on. You know, Resenor can do what he can on the bench, but you need someone on that pitch. You need your general.
You need players on the pitch.
And we didn't have Reece James, and he just elevates everyone around him. That's the mark of an elite player. And again, he's grew into that captain's armband perfectly. I'm looking forward to seeing him back on the pitch because we do need him. Who was your final winner?
Liam Resenor.
Fair play.
I've got him on here for one reason and one reason only. He made changes that impacted the game. I thought he was hamstrung with the lineup, because you look at the bench and there isn't many on the bench. You'd go, I think they should be starting. So I think he picked the best 11 that was available. And then the substitutions all had a positive impact on the game. Again, I've seen him getting a lot of stick for bringing on so many centre-backs, but I don't know what you want someone to do when the majority of the bench is defenders. If you're going to make changes, it's going to be defenders, because that's all we've got. Kukurea apparently could only play a certain amount of minutes, so Hato had to come on anyway. Wesley Fofana was having a fucking mare, so I've got no problems with him coming off. Because I thought he was absolutely horrendous. I mean, he's not on my losers list, and I don't know how he's escaped it, to be honest. I thought he was absolutely fucking woeful. So I ain't got a problem with him coming off. So it's not like he wasn't bringing on centre-backs to win us the game. They was enforced changes either due to performance or minutes being managed again. But yeah, I mean, the Garnacho sub, he's brought on a sub who scored 2 goals to keep us in the tie.
Can't say anymore.
He deserves some credit for that as much as the player does.
Yeah, 100%. Right, we've had winners. Losers. I don't like doing this. I don't need to see Chris's list because I know this man is on this list and I hate to do it. Robert Sanchez.
Yeah, 100%.
Look, you and I don't agree on this. I don't think we do. And that's fine. The first goal is going to divide opinion. Personally, I don't put that fully on. I'm not saying he's not to blame, not fully to blame. The box is very crowded. There's bodies everywhere. I'm giving him excuses here. I know. It looks like a flap. I think there's plenty of blame to go around with the whole situation. There's too many players around him, for one, of our own players. There's too many crowding him. And the second goal, though, that's all him. The ball slips through his hands like a greased pig. I just could not believe that. And from that moment on, he looked a bag of nerves. However, he did pull off a good save. Did pull off a really good save. It's a shame because he's arguably been one of our best performers this season. But it's a big game. It's a big moment. And unfortunately, he choked. And that said, though, I'm not going to write him off. he's got plenty of credit in my bank since the Club World Cup final. One bad night doesn't erase that. Reset, move on, Brentford. But what do you think?
Well, he single-handedly lost us the game.
Literally.
Because, okay, the first goal, yes, there are other mistakes in it, but your goalkeeper's got to be stronger. The fact that the header goes in at the back post and he's flapped at it at the near post tells you everything you need to know. He hasn't even got the flight of the ball right. The ball's going back post and he ran near post. That's why he flapped at it. You've gone the wrong way, mate. The ball's not going there. And then the second goal, not only is it the second goal that makes it almost impossible now, it's right after half time. And it just sucks all of the energy out of the team and the stadium. You cannot make that mistake at that moment in the game. You just can't. And it's so basic. It's not like a shot that's took a slight deflection or a shot that's skidded off the surface. It's a pass across the 6-yard box that you've put both your hands on and somehow let it go again. And it's an unforgivable mistake because the timing of it, the fact it was the second goal, the fact it was right after half time, everything about it just made the mistake even worse. Did make a brilliant save later on with his foot, but looked uncomfortable on the ball all night to a point where I thought, I wonder if we'll ever see a manager who treats a goalkeeper the same way they would an outfield player. Because if he was playing centre-back and he'd made a mistake like that to lead to a goal and then consistently kept giving the ball away, you'd bring him off. I would have subbed him off. Jorgensen was right there on the bench. I'd have just took him off. I don't know why goalkeepers are so protected in terms of if they're having a shocker, just bring them off. Take them out the firing line. Don't just allow them to sink with it. Bring him off. You're allowed to sub goalkeepers. It's not against the rules. You don't only have to do it if they're injured. You can bring them off if they're not having a good game. Nobody does. So I'm not blaming Mazenio for that because nobody does that. And I just think it's a very weird thing in football. Not because he's made a mistake, but because you could see it had an effect on him after because he just didn't look comfortable afterwards. And sometimes I think protect your player, get him off.
I think the last time Chelsea tried to sub off a Spanish goalkeeper, it didn't go quite well to plan.
Yeah.
And he was on that pitch. So, I mean, Rosenio after the game did say that he's asking Rob to do things that he hasn't done before. And apparently he said to him before the game, when my players make mistakes, I'm accountable. That's on me. He's probably protecting his man. I understand it. Hopefully be better against Brentford. And my second loser, this was consistency. Lack of it. This one really annoyed me because it's not even about whether you think personally Arsenal's opener should have stood. I
agree with this 100%, by the way.
I honestly don't care. If it should have stood, shouldn't have stood, I don't care. I don't even have an opinion on if it should have stood. It's based on what we saw literally the night before in Newcastle City. It should have been disallowed. Whether you think, Mike, it's a goal. Yeah, you're probably right. But Gyökeres is interfering with the ball. Well, he's interfering with play with the player. That's offside then. Because it was when Semenyo's goal got chalked off. Haaland was literally in the same position Gyökeres was.
Yeah. Do you know, realistically, every single football fan wants both of those goals to stand. Yeah.
Yeah,
however,
I've got no issue with that.
If they both stand, fine. But they didn't, did they?
Nope.
No. Some twats the night before thought, he's offside there, he's interfering with play. And then some other prick the night after went, I think that's all right. This is why VAR doesn't work, because it's still subjective. VAR would only work if it's matter-of-fact stuff. Offside, for example. There's no subjectiveness in a normal ball played forward offside decision. He's either ahead of the defender or he ain't. They have got to get rid of this interfering with play bollocks. I hate that term with a passion because Every single player on the pitch is interfering with play.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the goal, okay, when Ben White heads it, Gyökeres is stood on the line. What's Mark Yu doing?
Having a
He's
wrestle with
marking him. Yeah, he's trying to wrestle him.
him.
What would Mark Yu be doing if Gyökeres weren't there? He'd be
Doing
looking at
something
the ball.
else.
He'd be looking
Yeah.
at the ball. He'd be
Yeah.
looking at the ball, stood on the line, and probably clears it away. So he's
Mm.
interfering because he's being marked. That's him interfering with the game. He's on the pitch, isn't he? He's interfering then because
Yeah.
someone is keeping an eye on him. So he's interfering with play. Get rid of the fucking stupid interfering bollocks. Every single player on the pitch is having a bearing on somebody else. So they're all interfering.
That's the
So
problem for me.
just
Yeah.
be consistent with it. Either those ones are never given offside, or they're always given offside. Those are your
Correct.
choices.
That's the problem with VAR for me. I mean, the rules don't change, the application does, and
Yeah.
we decide. It feels like we decide which standard we're using depending on the day, the fixture, or the mood. And that, controversial or not, I'd rather live in a world without VAR and just accept the human error because
So
the
would
level. I know someone's going to say, yeah, but it could cost you. I have no issue with VAR, what it does. I have an issue with the inconsistency. That's my issue.
I seen something really interesting about we watch games every week that have VAR in the Premier League,
Yeah.
and every week we talk about referee or VAR decisions that was are they right or wrong. We had an FA Cup weekend where no game had VAR. I didn't hear a single thing about a referee's decision. I didn't see a single team. I could be wrong, but I didn't see a single team moaning about a referee decision costing them the game.
Good point.
But we do it more when we have VAR. So just get rid of it. Have it there. I think for red cards, and that's it. That's all I really need it for.
Well, I've said it before to do it like a challenge system, like they do in the NFL.
I love that.
But it would at least I still think that's the best way.
I agree.
Yeah. Who's your second loser?
Liam Rosenior.
Interesting.
You
can't do that,
I've got
Chris.
I've got him on here because all of the good stuff we seen against Charlton, I don't think we seen repeated in this game.
Okay.
Which is frustrating because it's, as we said at the time, really, it's all right doing it against Charlton, who you're probably going to beat anyway. You need to be able to implement it. Obviously, we knew it wasn't going to be to a higher a similar standard because Arsenal are 100 times better than Charlton are. But I would have liked to have seen a similar approach, and I don't think we necessarily got that. I thought the build-up was very slow. Again, lots of passing around the back, lots of touches from the centre half, then rolling it back to the keeper, coming out the other way, coming back again. The main difference I thought in this game was very, very few times did I see our midfielders pick up the pass and turn and play forwards. They was back to playing those retaining passes where I'm gonna receive it from the goalkeeper facing my own goal, and I'm gonna play it out to the right back, who's then going to go back to the centre back, back to the goalkeeper, and we're going to go out the other side.
Yeah.
Against Charlton, they was taking it on the turn and playing forwards. We didn't see that. Now, obviously, it's harder to do against Arsenal because, like I said, they're a better team. But I would have liked to have seen it attempted at least, because our playing out from the back was horrendous anyway. So it's not like we was keeping the ball really well by them doing that. It weren't working. So just try and turn then, because you're losing the ball anyway.
Couldn't handle that press.
The only thing that I thought was the same was I thought the wingers was very direct. When they got the ball, the wingers was go at the fullback straight away. I don't remember a time when the ball went to a winger and they played it backwards and then it went back round again. It was get it, run at them, and then see what we can get. But yeah, everything else just really a completely different approach from the Charlton game, and I didn't like that because I think especially in the early days of your tenure, you have to be consistent with what we're doing. Now, obviously, we do this against Charlton, it's going to work one way. We do it against Arsenal, it's not going to be as successful, but it should still be the same pattern. We should still be doing the same approach, in my opinion, whether it's going to work or not. As in your early days, you can tinker with it later, but early on, you have to tell the players, this is what we're doing. This is how we're approaching the game. We're going to go at them and we're just going to see what happens.
Well, you gave him a loser. I gave him the windscreen wiper award. So, Liam Rosenior, just honestly, just for that post-game press conference when he said the Graham Potter line, I do quote it. It's halftime in the tie. I was very happy with the engagement and commitment of the players. They gave everything. That just gives all Chelsea fans PTSD. It's called Potter traumatic saying disorder. Potter has ruined it for everyone who's ever going to take the Chelsea job. You can't say it. And
I get it. And
you can't say it. You just can't, can you?
I do know, and I do think the one piece of advice I would give him at the moment is he's got to be a little bit careful here. That we've seen a lot of interviews with him. I think we've seen more interviews with him than you see with most new managers. He seems to have been fucking everywhere.
He does.
Which I don't think has helped him, to be honest. I would say for now, stop talking.
Oh my word!
Let's just stop talking for a while. And also, I seen a quote earlier. Apparently, it was some famous NFL coach who said it. I can't remember what his name was now. So, is it Lombardi? You might know.
What, Vince Lombardi?
Yeah. Apparently, he did a quote that said, "Praise in public, criticize in private. That's what you should do with your players."
Oh yeah. That would be absolute legend Green Bay Packers head coach. Yeah.
And I think that is 100% true. However, I don't think in the modern world now he can come out every week and defend his players publicly. I think there has to be a point where he comes out and lightly criticises them. Otherwise, all the fans say is someone who's accepting low standards. Whether that's, even if that's not true behind closed doors, it's really the fans who you have to play up to. And we've seen it before. Mourinho was one of the biggest supporters of his players publicly. Everyone knew that. Mourinho's management style was, in public, I'll defend you to the earth. But if they didn't play well, he come out and told the world, no, we weren't good enough today. He didn't keep saying, we tried. We gave everything. This player was good. This player was good. This player was good. I really liked some things he did today. No. Come out. Say, no, weren't good enough. I don't think, not after this game, because I do think that, this game was different because there's a lot of context around it. But I mean, looking forward, if we go on a run where we're not picking up results, he can't keep coming out, because I think that's what buried Graham Potter. You can't keep coming out and saying the lads gave everything when you've lost again. Eventually, you have to come out and show the fans that I'm not accepting this. And I think he's got to guard against that a little, because at the minute, he's coming across very Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The players are going to love you because it's easy and they can get away with it.
The boys gave everything in the game.
That's the thing. Look, Liam Rosenior is clearly a very, very intelligent young man. 100%. You and I on the same page. Maybe he doesn't talk way too much. Maybe we're just being forced Liam Rosenior everywhere. I kind of would say, as someone who has found themselves talking too much at times, you often start rambling nonsense after a bit.
Yeah.
You just need to stop, make your point, and get out. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Who's another loser for you?
I've coupled two together because I didn't like them as a pair. Enzo Fernandez and Andre Santos.
You are going to get absolutely roasted for that Enzo thing, because I've heard he's been man of the match for some people.
Yeah, well, they watch someone different now.
I'm ready.
Do you know what? This isn't even a slight on Enzo Fernandez. I just don't think he's a pivot player. I think it's the equivalent of when we had Frank Lampard. if you played Frank Lampard in a double pivot, he'd have gone there, he'd have done a job, he'd have been okay, but you wouldn't have seen the best of him. And I don't think we see the best of Enzo Fernandez as a pivot player because it highlights all of his weaknesses off the ball. He gets run on too easy. He loses too many duels. He's not physical enough. He can't cover the ground well enough. He's another one where, yes, he has an excellent passing range. That does not make you a deep line playmaker. It just doesn't. That's a fact. Just because you can pass the ball does not mean you're a deep line playmaker. And I don't think he is. I think he's someone who plays slightly further ahead as a more advanced 8. He's not a 10 either. He's not an attacking midfielder. He's someone who can play box to box. But to sit him in front of a back 4, I just don't think works because I think it highlights too many of his weaknesses and doesn't play to most of his strengths. He's very, very good at arriving late in the box. And I think if you play him in a double pivot, you take that away from him. The balance with him and Andre Santos wasn't right. We've seen against Charlton. One of the sort of differences was the pivot players playing much closer together, where they could link up and play little short 5 to 10 yard passes with each other that would take a player out of the game and open the game up. They was too split again. Way too far apart, never connected. Even off the ball, the gap between the two of them, you could have parked a couple of double-decker buses in it. And it's like, you've got to be more connected. Now, it might be because it's the first time they've really done it together, but I just don't think the balance looked right. And again, either of them in there with Caicedo might get away with it. Santos with Caicedo, I think, works. I think that'll be good. Enzo, I think, has to have license to play further forwards, in my opinion.
You've made fair points. You've put fair points. Funnily enough, you say duo. This is a duo. I've got patronising pundits and absolute crap commentators. Because I've got two parts here. Two parts. First off, I didn't really like the reaction to the game from pundits. I heard things like Chelsea really gave it a good go, and that at least they didn't give it up. That's the sort of patronising shit you say about a League Two side losing bravely in the end. That's something you'd say about Exeter against Man City. Oh, they gave it a go. Look, this is not Chelsea, and I've got to do it. The commentary, yet again, a total headache to listen to. Sky Sports need to stop allowing ex-footballers commentate on their own former club's games. Yep. Last night, we had Alan Smith, and bloody hell, he's a lovely guy. And I'm sure I'd enjoy a lovely coffee with him. But my word, could you guess who he used to play for? Do you
think he likes Arsenal?
Well, I found out that he played for Arsenal Football Club from 1987 to 1995, and you could painfully tell the entire 90 minutes. All he did was say, Chelsea are shit, Chelsea are shit, their kit's their shit, Stamford Bridge is shit, oh, the manager's shit, fans are shit, at the Bridge Pod, they're shit, the colour blue shit. All he did was tell me how great Arsenal were and how shit Chelsea were, and I'm like... Do
you know what was really interesting, I thought, especially from Alan Smith? Considering they only won the game 3-2, that is bizarre because they didn't make a single mistake all night.
They didn't make amazing.
No, according to Alan Smith, not a single one of their players made a single mistake all night.
I can't get over how Bukayo Saka has not won 6 Ballon d'Ors. He's the best player I've ever seen. Mikel Arteta is the best manager this league has ever seen. Look, this isn't an Alan Smith exclusive. It's because Carragher does it with Liverpool. Gary Neville does it with Man United. And it's painful because it adds absolutely nothing. It doesn't add anything to the game I'm watching. And the commentators are meant to help the fan, help the neutral, maybe the fan itself explain different things on the pitch they may not understand different bits. And they don't. And you need to just stop getting off on your former club. I often do mute commentary or just watch a Spanish stream and I don't miss out on it. I don't feel when I ever fall on a Spanish stream or a Portuguese stream or whatever, I don't ever feel like I've missed out because I'm like, nope, I can't speak Spanish. I don't speak Portuguese. I don't miss out.
Do you know what else I've noticed as well lately?
Go on.
It feels to me as well like the commentators, not the co-commentator, the main commentator, in all games lately, seems to have picked their favourite team out of the two as well for every game. So that even they're not commentating unbiased anymore. They've sort of decided which team they'd like to win going in. And they're very energetic and enthusiastic about when they go forward. And then when the other team do, it's a bit like, oh yeah, and they've got the ball now, and he's had a shot, didn't go in, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And it like you know the iconic Aguero moment.
Yes. Yes.
You don't get that now. Like
No.
he wasn't a Man City fan, but you could have believed he was a Man City fan in the moment because that's his job.
Yeah.
But like Garnacho scored that second goal, and honestly, the commentator went, "Oh, he scored again." And I thought,
yeah.
fucking hell, don't go too over the top. Will you calm down a little bit, please? Oh, Garnacho scored again.
Yeah, it reminds me of literally something we experienced on the weekend when Jarell Hatto scored, and it was like a tap-in. It felt like someone's going, Mike, that was a great goal. It was. It didn't feel like that when the commentator was like, oh.
It's like listening. It's like listening to the commentary from FIFA.
Yes.
There's no emotion in it.
Hatto, goal.
Yeah.
Oh my
Squares
word.
it across for the tap-in. Goal. And they're back in it. 2-1.
Who was who was it? Rob Hawthorne. Oh, Rob, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Bloody hell. No, I'm not liking it. Who was another loser for you?
I've got the absentees.
Oh.
Not the ones who was ill.
Yeah, flu. Shit.
Yeah. I'm on about the injured ones.
Oh.
I'm sick to death. I'm sick to death of it. If you're a footballer, fucking play. And because I understand now, right, that the board have give too much power, let's be honest, to the medical team. Far too much power. The players have got to start pushing back, but they're not. They're just accepting it now because they get their 180 grand a week either way. So they walk into the physio's room and the physio goes, "Ooh, do you know what? I might advise that you can't play on the weekend." And they go, "All right, I'll see you tomorrow." Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. All right, see you then. Can you imagine trying to turn around to John Terry and tell him he can't play in a semi-final? He'd have gone, "Fuck off."
Yeah.
I'm playing with you like you're not, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, one of the most maligned characters we've had was Jorginho. Jorginho was like Marmite. You had people who loved him and people who hated him, and you very rarely got people in between. They either loved him or they hated him. Jorginho in 2021, when we won the Champions League, do you remember it came out after that season that he'd played the last 6 months of that season with a chronic back problem that he had injection after injection on just to get through the season because the team needed him? Where's that gone? Where's that attitude gone? Because now the attitude is, my hamstring feels a bit tight. Oh, do you want to have the weekend off? Yeah, I think I better. I'll see you in 2 weeks. The team really needs you. Yeah, but hurts a bit. So I'm not going to risk it, I don't think. Like, they're taking the easy out now. Like, you either want to play football or you don't. And if you're waiting to be 100% fit to play football, Xavier, you're never going to play.
Interesting.
That's the simple fact. Thierry Henry said it in an interview years ago when he was asked about injuries. And he said, I think he said from like the age of 21 till when he retired, he said he never played a game at 100%. He said, I was always injured. There was always something that you thought that hurts today, but you got on with it.
He never would have played at Chelsea. Never get a game. I've just looked up. You'll never believe how many games Jorginho missed at Chelsea. He did miss some. And it was in the 21-22 season, he missed 8 days and missed 2 games for an unknown injury. It doesn't actually list on Transfermarkt what he got an injury for.
Probably his back.
Yeah, could have been. Could have been. Who are your final losers? I've only got one. It's a short one.
I've got Trust.
Oh.
The who was it now? Whoever the Arsenal player was who had that volley that Sanchez saved.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
can't remember.
Who cares?
Yeah, pretty much.
But I looked at that chance And one of the main issues I think we've got at the moment, especially defensively, is they don't trust each other. They don't trust that their partner is going to do their job. So they are always over covering each other. So if you go back and watch that chance, the initial play is on the left-hand side of the penalty box, inside the box, but on the left-hand side of the goal. Every single one of our defenders runs over to that side of the goal. So by the time it rebounds up to the back post where whoever it was had the volley,
I think it might be Odegaard, according to this.
every single one of our defenders is past the near post, all trying to get the ball. Just trust that your defenders are going to do their job and someone stay with this bloke at the back post. I don't need 6 of you over there defending that one ball. One of you should be enough, 2 maximum. But there's a lack of trust in each other. So they're all trying to do everything and end up doing nothing. For a back 4 to function correctly, they have to have complete trust in each other. They have to trust that he'll handle that 1v1. So I can cover the centre of the goal. I can worry about this player. I don't have to go over and hold his hand because he will do his job. And if he doesn't, I'll worry about it then. Like you look at the other end, you look at Gabriel and Saliba. I never at any point in the game seen them two that close together. They just left each other to do it. There was one moment where I think Estevao was 1v1 with Gabriel. Saliba didn't even come over on the cover. He just looked at Gabriel and thought, he'll handle that. And he did. But they had that trust in each other because if Saliba goes over, Estevao can just play the pass. You've got to have a trust in each other. And we've brought it up before. Remember when we had Kepa and I think it was the Liverpool game when you could see that the back 4 had just lost complete trust in him. I think it was Rudiger who had a go at him about something. That's what it looks like now in the entire defence. They don't trust each other. And that's one of the main things we've got to get back. Allow each other to do your job and just trust that they're going to do it. Otherwise, you're all going to end up doing nothing.
True. My final loser was just the atmosphere up until we scored. Because this was weird because this was our first home game since Maresca was sacked or was on, whatever. And obviously we had the upcoming fan protests. I expected noise. I mean, we heard the away fans in the last 2 games, and the Clear Lake chants, the Egg Barley chant, something. I didn't hear it, and maybe someone who was at the game is going to correct me. I can only go based on what I heard on Sky. I didn't hear it, and the first half was one of the quietest I've ever known at the Bridge. It was, I hate to do it. It was like a library. Where were you? Seriously, you maybe at least sing from minute 1, not just when the ball hit the net. We were up. We were ready. I heard that place was rocking, but not until we scored. It was just weird. I just found the whole thing jarring. I don't know. It was just odd for me.
Yeah,
Odd.
I agree.
Yeah. Oh, what have you got for an emoji? I've got
one. I've got one.
Sorry.
Left.
Go ahead.
It's only a real quick one, and people will hate me for this as well. So no.
Oh no, who have you picked?
Might butcher his name here actually. Is it Mueka?
Oh, Shimmueka. Yeah.
I'd never have him in the first team again.
Oh dear.
The absolute bare minimum I expect for a young lad from the academy being brought onto that pitch is 100% effort. You should come on and you should run around like a Jack Russell who's just been let out for the first time today. You should press everything. You should hunt everything. You should be on everything. He literally came on and jogged around like he'd made 200 first team appearances. I thought, mate, can you get involved? Like, is there any danger of you doing something? At least run around. And he was like, no, I've made it, mate, first teamer. You're not a first teamer and you fucking won't ever be again, son. I thought his attitude for an academy lad coming onto that game, I thought was horrendous. And if I'm the manager, I'm pulling him aside after and I'm telling him that'll be the last chance you get for a while. Because if you're going to go onto a first team pitch and act like you've already made it, I don't want you then.
Bloody hell. Oh, what's your emojis? I kind of felt shruggish, not because I was
Yeah,
like,
it's
it was
tough,
just,
innit?
it was like, we're in it. We're in it. I don't know how we did it. We are still in it. That's about it. That's not even really a good reason.
I'm going to go with the hands praying
Yeah.
because I'm just praying that we can go and do a miracle at the Emirates and actually have some players back.
Yeah. Well, be nice. Let's have a look at our Lion of the Week picks. I cannot remember what the hell I picked. Let's have a look.
Norman.
Berth had Estevao. Great shout. I had Estevao. Oh, okay.
Oh,
You
well
had
done, you two.
You had Enzo. Ollie had Reese, and the wheel went Pedro Neto. I think that's
Yes.
a Berth
So
Berth and me.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Actual Lion, Garnacho.
Estevao. Nah,
Fuck.
Estevao.
Garnacho scored twice.
Yeah, but Estevao was the best player on the pitch.
Oh, I'll put it in. Listeners can argue if they feel Garnacho should get it. We'll see. We'll see. Let's look at the. Oh, sorry. Gotta press the button. Have to press the button. It's the whole point of the preview. We are having a quiet one. Oh, we are welcoming Brentford to Stamford Bridge. Where are they? Well, they're fifth in the Premier League with 10 wins, 3 draws, and 8 defeats. Their recent form is 4 wins and a draw. Spotlight, I just don't think you can ignore the Brazilian up top. I mean, he's got a great beard. He's known by the name of Igor Thiago. He's got 16 goals in 21 games, 5 in his last 2. Only Haaland has more. This guy's a serious threat up top. And the last time that Brentford did beat Chelsea was actually on the 28th of October 2023. So it's not too long ago. What was the UK number 1? Oh, it was Strangers by Kenya Grace. Now, Chelsea have been strangers to good form this season. So which Lion pick can help get this Rossignol rocket shooting up the table?
Fucking hell. It's difficult to pick a player because we might not have a team.
Well, we joke, but we genuinely don't know how far this flew. I mean, we
Exactly.
have interesting when Rossignol was like, he's reminded everyone to wash hands. I'm like, we should be doing that as a bare minimum. Well, I get why you have to remind people, but you're like, should we be doing that anyway?
Yeah, it's
I'm going Garnacho. Fuck it.
I've heard those players have been kept separate now from everybody else. It's too late.
Yeah,
Let's
it
be
does.
honest.
Yeah,
with the flu, they've been contagious for days before the symptoms have even come out. So don't worry about it. It's too fucking late now.
Yeah,
That'll
sadly.
go. The chances are now that'll go around everybody.
Yeah,
So,
it was.
I'm gonna go Estevao.
Nice. The wheel has gone back-to-back Pedro Neto picks. So
Mate, honestly, don't get me started on him again.
Well, he might play. I've got.
Wait, no, he will play.
Yeah, of course he will. Of course he will.
Fuck me, he has to play, mate.
Blue. Well, yeah, hopefully. Blue versus who? Match preview ends with that. We go 3 for 3 if we can. In the reverse fixture, Chris, earlier this season, it ended 2-2. Which former RB Leipzig player scored the equaliser for Brentford in that 93rd minute? Very controversial. Was it controversial? Should it have been ruled out? Yes.
Yeah.
Am I biased? Yes.
I can't remember what his name is.
He was the flop of the season, according to me, last season when I made the prediction. And I was right.
I can actually see the goal as well. And I just can't remember what
played for
his name is.
Liverpool. Played for Fulham. His surname is a former centre-back of ours.
Don't you hate it when your mind just blanks out?
Okay, I'll give you a clue. He's not Raphael and he's not John Terry. So think of their partners. So you had Raphael, he had a twin. The Man United player, I mean. He had a twin.
Oh, yeah.
And John Terry had a centre-back partnership with this other player. There you go. There's the surname and the first name.
Oh, Fabio Carvalho.
There we go. And this one's good. I love this.
Fucking hell, that was embarrassing.
I stumbled across this and I made it a question. Which of these British TV personalities signed for Brentford in 1979? These are great. Craig Charles, Bradley Walsh, Jeremy Clarkson, or Alexander Armstrong? One of these actually was a Brentford footballer. Didn't make the first team, but played a lot for the reserves, apparently, from what I've read.
Fucking hell.
Gold. It's brilliant. Just wow.
Alexander Armstrong, I've never seen him associated with football.
I'll give you that. He's not the person. He's not the person.
So yeah, I would have ruled him out.
He would have also been 9 when they signed him. So he wouldn't have worked.
Jeremy Clarkson. Who was the others?
Bradley Walsh and Craig Charles.
Fucking hell, it's tough. Because I know Jeremy Clarkson obviously likes football. He's a Chelsea fan, isn't he?
You know, there's some listeners in America like, who the fuck are the other two? Who's Craig Charles? Who's Bradley Walsh? Oh, they might know because of Red Dwarf.
I know Bradley Walsh did play football. I don't know to what standard, but I know he has been involved in football. I'll go Bradley Walsh just because I know he was involved in football at some point.
Bradley Walsh started his youth football career at Wormley Rovers, and in 1979, at the age of 18, he became a professional footballer for Brentford. Yes, spot on. Now you just got.
I've redeemed myself there.
You have. That is really good, and a really good breakdown of it as well. He also played for Barnet on loan. Look at that. Wow. Oh, amazing. Put these former Bs in order of when they first joined Chelsea. I've got Steve Sidwell, Joe Keenan, Josh McEachran, Neil Clement, and Neil Shipley. Yeah, the sample size for this was so tough. Like, I knew if Ollie was on, he'd be fucked. He wouldn't even know who they were to. He'd be like, who?
Right. I'm going to need them again. So
you've got
Sidwell,
Keenan. I only remember him as a Panini sticker. Josh McEachran, Neil Clement, and Neil Shipley.
Fuck me. I'm not getting these right, by the way. Right. Well, I know McEachran and Sidwell are going to be the later ones. So they're going to be surely they're going to be 4 and 5.
Yes, correct. I don't know how to do this. I've just looked up. I wanted to look up Neil Shipley a second because even I don't really remember too much about that guy. And I've just seen he was found guilty of a certain something and he was given a 12-month community order. Oh dear. Listeners, you can look that up and then you'll go, I know why Mike didn't read that out on the episode. That's, oh dear. Okay. Well,
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna work backwards.
Okay.
So 5.
Yeah.
I'm going for Josh McEachran.
That is correct. 2010.
4. Steve Sidwell.
2007.
And then all of these now are going to be 90s or before, aren't they?
One is 2001. One is 96. One is 92.
Yeah. Keenan, number
correct.
3.
I only know him as a Panini sticker. I remember getting him in a pack, and that's it. I don't know anything else about him.
And then I'm gonna go Clement and Shipley first.
Correct. 96 for Clement, 92 for Shipley.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, nicely done.
Considering I couldn't remember who Fabio Carvalho was, I've done all right in the end.
Who? Oh, my word. Right, listeners, we are at the end of another episode. Thank you, of course, for tuning in. And before we go, don't forget we're proudly partnered with Head in the Game, a mental health charity using football, sport, wellbeing, and community. You can find out more at headinthegame.co.uk. Treat yourself well. We'll be back on Monday with our winners and losers from Chelsea and Brentford. So until next time, that'll be us. Signing.
You've been listening to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram by searching for At the Bridge Pod. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leaving us a review is always appreciated.